Hello, Eli here, back again. This time, another collection update. This is probably more important for me than it is for you because I'm actually going to just one fell swoop get rid of all, or not get rid of, but show all the fucking new releases that I bought going back to last year that I have just been, they've just been sitting around and I haven't got around to showing them. So a lot of these I bought last year, some of them this year. Doesn't matter. It's all new to you, right? I've kind of separated this shit into sort of categories, so that's kind of cool. There's a little bit of a thought put into this. By the way, we're listening to, and I recorded this video right after I recorded the last one, so we're still listening to the Pagan Hellfire Folkvang Split. I won't blab on about it because I blabbed on about it in the previous video. So, anyways, it's fucking great. We're listening to the Pagan Hellfire side, which is a killer Canadian band. This is for sale on my distro for $5. Go check it out if you want one. Let's get this started. So we're going to start off with kind of a, I kind of have this stack sorted up into like kind of punk, grind, thrash, hardcore type stuff. Yeah, something like that. It'll work. It'll work. All right. We're going to start with a band that I actually saw live, I don't know, a month or two ago, and was kind of impressed. So I bought a CD from them. It was a band from the Seattle, Washington area called Command, with Necro Command Attack. And I got to say, their newer stuff that they played live, this is from 2017, so their newer stuff they played live was actually even much better than what I hear on this album. So, hey, yeah, they're progressing and getting better. Where's the back? It's good, man. It's old style, thrash metal, old style black thrash, I guess you could say, harkening back to like Art Noir. Art Noir is probably the biggest influence, but there's definitely some Inferno in there, some, maybe some Sodom, a little bit of Celtic Frost, stuff like that. It was good. I know this is definitely a style of music that's been, kind of pounded on for the last, decade or so, but they do it pretty well, especially for, just some young dudes. So yeah, really enjoyed the show, and the album's pretty good too. If they have stuff that came out after this, it's probably even better. Next, we got a couple of Motorhead CDs. Motorhead have been getting their kind of like 90s through early 2000s material re-released. Not 90s. This is like early 2000s, definitely. I didn't have any of these releases, so I figured I'll pick up a couple. They were cheap. Why not? So we got Motorizer from 2008. This is, to me, one of the better, later releases Motorhead did. Along with, not quite as good as that one, but still pretty decent, from 2002. Hammered. And the album that blows all those away, and most of their 2000s era material, even most of their 90s stuff, we have Inferno from 2004. Definitely one of their stronger later era releases. Really good album, Inferno. Gotta fill up here. Motherfucker, that's hot. Alright. Move on to Napalm Death. I'm a big, long-time big Napalm Death fan. So we have Coated Smears and More Uncommon Slurs. This came out last year, I believe. It's just a 2-disc compilation of like stuff they did on splits, unreleased tracks, stuff like that. I'll be honest, and covers. I'll be honest that none of this really blew me away, but I do like modern era, Napalm Death. So it's worth listening to. It's worth owning. I was probably just not in the mood for it when I listened to it, because it's getting actually pretty good reviews. The reviews, from what I've read, all good reviews. Shit. Well, that broke. There's the other CD. Yeah. Already broken. Just like me. Fix that shit later, huh? You guys don't want to watch it. Fuck that. Alright. Psychobilly album, Tiger Army. This is their most current release, 5. This came out in 2016. I feel like it came out a fucking long time ago. I don't know if this was re-released in 2016. I thought it was a couple years before that. But anyways, this is their, their newest material that they have, and it's very strong. I think this easily ranks among their best work. In fact, I've gone through several phases where I'll just listen to this thing for like 3 days straight. Very good, very, very, very good. At least listen to the song "I Am the Moth." I think that's my most listened to track on here. Probably the strongest. Really fucking good. This came out on Rise Records, by the way. I need more coffee, man. I'm addicted. This one I just picked up kind of out of nostalgia. I was never a massive fan of this band, but I did in my, 18 to like 20 years old, I listened to this band quite a bit. So we have Biohazard, Urban Discipline. I listened to it recently, like after I bought it. This came out in 92, by the way, after I bought it. And I don't know if it's aged well. It kind of reminded me that I don't really like this kind of stuff nowadays, but it was cool when it came out. It came out on Roadrunner Records, by the way. It was kind of another random find at one of my local stores. Anal Cunt, I Like It When You Die. Not a big Anal Cunt fan. This came out in 97 on Earache. Not a massive Anal Cunt fan, but whatever, I bought it because you don't exactly see, at least I don't see stuff like this lying around our shops too often, so. Yeah, Anal Cunt. Yeah, you either like them or you don't. I'm not a massive fan, but it was cool. This was a really surprising random find at one of my local shops. Because this album is long, long out of print. It came out in 1990. So yeah, awesome to find. I've seen re-releases of this, but I'm real happy to find the original. I think I paid $1 for it. Neurosis, Word is Law. This came out in 1990 on Neurot Records. It's their own imprint. Yeah. I haven't listened to it yet, but from what I've been told, I really like Neurosis. I've never listened to their early stuff. I think, what's the earliest one that I have? I don't remember the name. The one with the Wicker Man on it. You know what I mean. So I've been told this one's more along the lines of their punk era. So that's cool. It'll be neat to listen to that. I've listened to Neurosis a long, long time, but more like Through Silver and Blood and Enemy of the Sun type stuff. And I really fucking like that era of Neurosis. Next, we have a couple classics that I'm just getting around to buying and just coming around to actually enjoying as well. Agnostic Front, Cause for Alarm. I've heard some of Agnostic Front's early stuff. This is by far my favorite. If this is correct, it came out in '89 on Relativity Records. I don't know if that's... This is a Century Media re-release from 2010. Yeah, really good, real good crossover, hardcore, thrashy type stuff. Which is, if I'm going to listen to hardcore or punk, it's easier for me to get into if it's got a little bit of metal in there, And like I said, another classic, Sacrilege, Behind the Realms of Madness. Old punk band from England, old punk crossover band. They kind of added in thrash to their punk sound, kind of crust, whatever. 1985 it originally came out. This is the 2015 Relapse re-release. The cover I just showed you is not the original cover. It's similar to the original, but it's not the same. I think I'll be able to show it to you. No, I will not be able to show it to you. Anyway, if you're a punk fan or whatever, you probably know more about it than I do anyways. I've heard it a couple times over the years. I guess they would go on to become a doom band after this, which is kind of strange, but hey. It's good stuff. Good stuff for what it is. Sorry, man. I'm tired. I'm always tired. Alright, got another stack of stuff here. We'll start off with some doom. This is a repressing of For Lies I Sire by My Dying Bride. What can I say? I mean, it's definitely modern My Dying Bride. Came out in 2009. Not their strongest material, but certainly not their worst. It's got some good tracks on there, and it's got some stuff that I don't care as much for. Certainly not my favorite release, but it's still quality. It's still got some good tunes on there. You can't deny that. This I was sent. I got sent this for free when I ordered something way back from Forever Plagued. And I'm not trying to bash the label. I really like ordering from them, but I don't know. I've never gotten anything free from him before, so I don't know what the case was. I don't know, but it was cool. It was appreciated. But I haven't listened to it yet, but I still very much appreciate something free. This is a doom band called Morning Mist. Forever Plagued, obviously, are known for putting out black metal, so this is kind of a very different thing for him to do. So I'm excited to hear it. It's just pure doom from what I've read. Next, we'll kind of get into some doom, proto metal, classic rock type stuff. We'll start off with Pagan Altar, the Time Lord. This is an EP. Came out in 2012, but it was recorded in like 78, 79. So quite a long time ago. This definitely qualifies as proto metal, if you ask me. Pagan Altar, yeah. What can I say about that, man? Band out of England, they kind of have a long history. They've been recording stuff back to like the mid 70s, but I don't remember the story, but none of it got released until, way later. But really quality stuff. Most of the Doom fans are big fanboys of this stuff, and I like it a lot as well. It's definitely warranted. That came out on Shadow Kingdom Records, by the way. Next, we have something that I have on vinyl, but I've never... Since I bought that on vinyl, probably 20 years ago, I've never seen it for sale anywhere else on any other format. So we got Live at Last, Black Sabbath live album. Years ago, I was told... this came out in, 1980 or 86? I don't know. I was told that this was basically a bootleg. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, anyways, it's live stuff. Later on in the Ozzy era, kind of probably not too long before Ozzy left. I don't know if you saw the track listing, but it's a really good live album, actually. Next we have, I've been kind of re-appreciating this band. I liked them a lot as like a teenager. Didn't listen to them for many years, and I've been enjoying listening to them yet again. So we got The Cult with Sonic Temple. One of their sort of earlier albums. Sort of. 89. Yeah. It's good. I really like this one, actually. Like most Cult albums, for me anyways, there's some classic stuff on here, and then there's some filler. But I enjoyed listening to it. Absolutely. Continuing on in the proto metal stuff. Anytime you're talking about proto metal, this band definitely has to be mentioned. Cream with Disraeli Gears, 1967. I'm not a massive Cream fan, to be honest. I bought this because I loved Cream and even some Eric Clapton when I was a teenager. So it was cool to kind of re-listen, re-appreciate. I've always thought Cream albums had, a couple really epic tracks that stand the test of time, and a lot of filler. Maybe it's just me, but that's how I've always felt. But when these guys are on, they were really on, and they, like I said, they definitely deserve credit for the roots of heavy metal. Absolutely. And as well as this guy deserves this guy deserves some credit as well, and I don't hear him mentioned nearly as often. Crazy World of Arthur Brown, self-titled album. This band and this album definitely has had a big hand in creating heavy metal, unintentionally, I'm sure. But just listen to the song "Fire." It's really cool, man. And they're not super heavy. It's more kind of psychedelic, maybe slightly proggy rock. Arthur Brown, though, this guy was doing like that operatic vocal metal style, you know, years and years before anyone else was doing it. In fact, Bruce Dickinson has cited Arthur Brown as one of his main influences. And if you've heard Arthur Brown singing and Bruce Dickinson singing, you know exactly what I mean. He has more albums than this, but I've never heard any of them, but I like this one. I wouldn't mind picking some more up. Here's another band that, you know, absolutely needs to be mentioned when talking about Proto Metal. Blue Cheer, with, I've never been able to pronounce this, Vincibus Eruptum. This came out, I think, in also 68. Yeah, what can I say, man? These guys were a big influence on Rush, and probably, you know, probably many, many more. This is an American band, right? I thought they were American. Are they British? Fuck, I know little to nothing about this band, but a lot of people say this is the first heavy metal band. I flat out disagree with that. 100% disagree with that, but they were definitely an influence. Definitely. And I've been kind of like exploring Styx's catalog. We got Cornerstone here. I think I own now 3 or 4 Styx albums, and I think I'm done. This came out in '79. I think I'm done trying to get into Styx. I just can't do it. They got a couple songs here and there that I like, but I cannot really enjoy a full album by them. So if you like them, that's awesome. I can see why someone would like them. Absolutely. Had I gotten into them as a teenager, I would have probably been a big fan. But I'm not. And next we have another band that I have been getting into kind of slowly over the past 15 years or so, but really enjoying doing it. Got Demons and Wizards by Uriah Heep. Classic Roger Dean artwork. This was really cool. I got this oddly cheap too. I like when they do these like book style albums. It's awesome. It's good quality. It's got a nice, pretty huge booklet, and the CD comes in one of those sleeves, which that's not usually the best, but whatever. It's a very nice release. I quite like it. Came out in '72. This is one of their more talked about albums. You know, it's kind of a fan favorite. I haven't listened to it in a long time, actually, so I'm looking forward to becoming reacquainted. I've also been kind of getting into some industrial stuff. I'm so hit and miss with that genre, and I can't listen to it that often, but, you know, I'm exploring it. So we got Skinny Puppy with Vivisect 6. Real good album. This came out in '88, and yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I don't know, I think this might be the only Skinny Puppy album I've ever heard. It's definitely the only one that I own, but I'm giving it time, but I'm looking forward to hearing more. Same with this band, although I used to own this album many years ago, actually, but I got rid of it just because it wasn't my cup of tea. So I did kind of regret getting rid of it, and I'm glad I rebought it. Ministry, The Land of Rape and Honey. This came out, this is an old one too, this came out in like '88 as well, same year as that Skinny Puppy, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, real good album. And not industrial, but, you know, more electronic. I mean, these guys have done a lot of different genres, but yeah. Tangerine Dream, I'm a big fan. This is Turn of the Tides. I haven't listened to it yet. And this came out in '94. I don't know if I've listened to any '90s Tangerine Dream, so I don't really know what to expect, other than really bad cover art. Musically, I'm sure it's decent, so yeah, looking forward to hearing that one. And then we have a soundtrack to a movie I haven't seen. I do like the label that put this out, 4AD, and coincidentally, this guy passed away recently. Sorry, I gotta stretch my leg. I've got kind of a knee injury going on here. Passed away recently, Scott Walker. I'm not familiar with his work at all, but I saw this used. You know, I like the 4AD label. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie. It's the original soundtrack by Scott Walker. The movie's called The Childhood of a Leader. kind of a cool little, kind of like a digipack cardboard thing, and then this just slides out. I haven't listened to it yet. I've heard the soundtrack is very good, and I heard the movie's very good too. So, yeah, thought that'd be cool. All right, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Kind of the last little stack here. Never owned anything from this band. Always wanted to. Finally have something. This was released on Austral Holocaust Productions. This was kind of a special edition. Sathanas. La Horda de Lucifer. I have some Sathanas stuff on split 7 inches, but I've never had a full length. I don't know if Austral Holocaust put this album out originally, or if they just did this special edition. I don't know, but they did a damn good job, I gotta say, of this edition. Sathanas are out of Pennsylvania. They're like a Black Death, thrash, very old school sounding metal band. I don't know if I showed that already. It's got Jim Strauss on drums, he's played in other cool bands like Asheron and stuff like that. Yeah, really, really good stuff. American band, and this came out. This is a special edition and really cool, actually. Came in this long box that I had to basically rip open because it did not have any like. It was sealed, fucking glued shut, which was really retarded. Sorry, but I had to rip it open. But I'm keeping the box anyway because it's fucking cool. So it came with a patch, which I can't show because I actually put it on my jacket. And I gotta say the patch was super fucking good quality. A lot of the times when you get a patch in like some special edition thing, it's usually it's usually some cheap, printed on toilet paper type patches. This one was super quality, super thick, and literally as good as it gets for a patch. Just a logo patch, but really nice. I also came with a poster. Not the best poster, but whatever. I'm not knocking them for what they did. The release was really nice. And totally awesome, totally worth buying. I'm real happy to get it. I also bought this just because it was an older release of the version that, older version of what I have. Hands down, my favorite EP of all time. One of my favorite recordings of all time. Queens of Reich EP. I just have a remaster, so it was kind of cool to get this older pressing. 88 pressing. Yeah, just happy as shit. Now, I guess I'll probably just trade off my remaster to somebody who wants it. Yeah, if you want a remastered version of this, let me know. Maybe we could trade something for it or whatever. And got a little stack of kind of death metal, death thrash, black metal, black thrash type shit. This is pretty much a death metal promo. Carnegie out of Ohio, somewhere. Yeah, these guys I think are in Ohio. Psycho Slaughter and Dismal Records. I guess it was a joint promo, just a 2-song promo. It's got a lot of like Ohio area legends playing in this band, so I'd been wanting to hear it back when I was still on Facebook, and I just never got around to it. So yeah, happy to get it. It's called Tribulations of the Abyss. Something to look out for, by the way. I don't know if they might have more material now. I'm not sure. And really cheaply, I got a couple more promos actually. My buddy sent me this for free. I ordered some stuff from him, or bought some stuff from him. Crimfall, As the Path Unfolds. Cool Chris Verwimp artwork. This is a promo from Napalm Records. Haven't heard this yet. I've never heard the band. Crimfall. I know they're like a folk metal band, which I'm not usually into, but hey, I'll listen to anything once. Also got this Aggressor promo. Aggressor from France. It's the Season to Miss promo from '99. Yeah. Good kind of black death metal stuff. Aggressor, they were kind of more of a death thrash metal in their earlier days, but this one sounds... it still sounds like old Aggressor, but kind of some more black metal elements thrown in there, so pretty cool. Yeah, Medieval Rites. This is right here. This is a reissue or repress or whatever you want to call it of the debut demo from Slaughter, Canadians Slaughter. Meat Cleaver. Yeah, they need no introduction. I've only ever heard their full length. I've never heard anything else from them, so this is kind of cool to have. Originally released in '84, but this came out on Hammerheart Records. They repressed this some years back. It's a digipack, but they did a good job. They did a real good job. I'm sure it's raw and primitive as fuck, but yeah, looking forward to hearing it. I mean, everyone likes their full length. There's no debating that one. Here's a band that I've always wanted to get something from, and never managed to remember to snag any. Equinox, U.S. kind of black death metal band. Amazing stuff. Very, very, very underappreciated. They have like 2 or 3 full lengths in addition to this, and goddamn, I gotta get them. I've always wanted to get everything from this band, and well, it's been a slow process. But yeah, if you like black death metal, absolutely get this. I wouldn't even say you need to go check out a track or anything. Just go blind buy this shit. You'll appreciate it. Pick this up just because I'm kind of a completist sometimes when I'm a fanboy of a certain band, and I'm definitely a Bathory fanboy. So got Octagon. This is probably their worst album that he ever did, but whatever. It's a Black Mark release, and they're kind of hard to come by nowadays. Always like the cover art and the color schemes and everything, and the layouts. The layout is good, and not all the music is bad. There are some okay ideas here. The fucking Deuce Kiss cover, stupid. I don't know why he did that. So yeah, there's some good moments here. It's basically a thrash album, but some of it's terrible. A lot of it's terrible. And last but not least, this is kind of a grail for me, so I'm glad to finally have this. I've wanted this a long, long time. We have Italian black thrash metal, Into the Macabre by Necro. Absolutely happy to have this. I don't know what pressing, or I know what pressing it is. It came out on Scarlet Records. I don't know if it's a first pressing. Actually, no. I think I did look into this. I think this is the first time it's ever been pressed on CD. I think it'd been on vinyl or something before that. So I think this is the first CD pressing of this album. Classic, thrash black metal from Italy. Very good. Wanted this album, like I said, a long time, so it's kind of a grail for me. It's not the easiest album to come by. It's probably not super rare either, but it's just one I've always wanted. I'm super happy to have it. One of my favorite, acquirings. Is that a word, acquirings? Anyways, of recent times. That's all I got. I recorded 2 videos back to back, so my brain is just scrambled. I can't fucking talk for that long. I can barely keep it together for one video. So from here out, yeah, I can get back to showing stuff out of my CD collection, which is what I've been wanting to get back into. And I've been working on getting back into recording, coming up with some fresh ideas, something that, keeps people guessing a little more. I know people like that, so I know I do. So anyways, all we got for now. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk soon. Cheers.